Good Thursday morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for weather information for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the in-depth forecast analysis video discussion for Thursday, the 9th of January 2014. And I would like to say happy birthday to my niece, Samantha Smith, who turns 9 today, another Capricorn. Happy birthday, Samantha. And this is our winter weather bird, our Garden State weather bird here, perched on the limb saying out loud, it's cold and it's warming over the weekend, but rain is on the way. And big changes are on the way for the middle to the later part of next week as well. And we're certainly improving with every little bit every morning here since the beginning of the week when the Arctic blast really took hold on Tuesday. This morning we're finding positive numbers in our temperatures. These were the minimum temperatures this morning, basically from the single digits into the teens across the entire region. As we wake up to 9 o'clock this morning, temperatures rising nicely now through the mid and upper teens into the mid to the low 20s across the region. And temperatures are going to get into the 30s today, above freezing for the first time in several days. Generally clear weather across the forecast route this morning. We still have some high and mid-level clouds, and this is good in a way because this means that moisture is increasing in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere as warm air advection begins to take hold. And we can see that now. Lots of dry air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, but there are spokes of energy or moisture invecting into the Tennessee and Ohio River Valley, which will mean that precipitation is going to be on the way, coming probably later Friday night and Saturday with periods of heavy rain. We could even see some snow, a little bit of snow out here early tomorrow morning, but things are improving dramatically in terms of temperature, and the precipitation with the snow plumes here over the lakes is beginning to die down. They've had quite a bit of snow up in this area. Watches, warnings, and advisories, we do have those for you. First of all, we have a flood warning, which is in effect right now, and this flood warning is in effect on the Delaware River, affecting Mercer and Bucks counties. Obviously, we've had some ice flow problems here on the river yesterday afternoon when the flood warning began to go into effect, and this is in effect until probably late this afternoon. Early this morning, the flood stage was at 19.3 feet. It's now at 20 feet even, and the flood stage is at 20 feet. It's expected to go beyond this up to 20.5 feet. Houses on Brown Street and Yardley begin to take on water. Houses on Afton Avenue also take on along stretches of Route 29 in Trenton. Route 32 North is closed in Yardley Borough, and that is what's going on with that. If we take a look at the flood warning out here, this is also on the Delaware again. This is affecting portions of Trenton and Mercer and Bucks counties. We have a course of that flood warning in effect for the river, expected to fluctuate in flood stage through the afternoon hours. Again, this is houses on Afton Avenue taking on water. Southbound lanes are closed along stretches of Route 29 in Trenton, and Route 32 North is closed in Yardley Borough. Now, outside of that, we do have another flash flood watch, and this is going to be in effect until 10 o'clock tonight. And as a result of, because we just don't know when the ice is going to break in that portion of Trenton near on the Delaware there, we've got portions of southeastern Pennsylvania, including the areas of New Jersey, Mercer, and northwestern Burlington, southeastern Pennsylvania, Lower Bucks, and Philadelphia through this evening. The ice jam does continue on the Delaware River near Trenton, and this has resulted in flooding upstream to the north of the ice jam. And when the ice jam breaks, there may be enough water behind the ice jam to cause flash flooding downstream. Temperatures are expected to remain below freezing through this morning, and thereafter the ice jam may not break until later today at the earliest. So we're going to be monitoring all of this. A flash flood watch does mean that conditions may develop to lead to flash flooding, and that could become a very dangerous situation in that local area. And for the aviational weather deck this morning, we have basically VFR conditions outside of Newark. It's 25 degrees, dew point 11, that's improving. Wind out of the northwest at 6, that's also good. And we have some high clouds scattered at 12,000, 18,000, and 25,000. And so far, the last 24 hours, we've had only 7/100ths of an inch of precipitation, which is merely nothing, basically. Scattered clouds throughout the rest of today and into early this evening at about 15 to 20,000 feet. A variable wind shifting around during this afternoon and evening. Variable winds during tonight as high pressure is in control, with a few scattered clouds at 2,000, overcast at 7,000 by tonight. And by tomorrow, some light freezing rain and some light snow could break out with the warm air advection. Winds backing around Early tomorrow morning, the visibility is being reduced in 5 miles with overcast conditions at 1,500 feet. And that's early tomorrow morning. We'll find a southeast wind or a southerly wind at about 6 knots, scattered clouds at 15,000, broken at 7,000, as that little burst of moderate warm air advection rides over the northwestern terminals here. At Philadelphia, basically looking at 28 degrees this morning, broken at 11,000 feet with overcast conditions, the wind chill 19. A few clouds at 25,000, overcast at 5,000 early tomorrow morning, and then overcast at 2,000 with the winds out of the southeast at about 6 miles per hour, moisture advecting in from off the ocean, some warm air advection aloft, and maybe just a few light areas of rain or snow showers across the region. Probably just very little in the way of actual accumulation precipitation. And things looking good out there this morning on the surface chart from weatherroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software. High pressure crested right over eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey, mid-Atlantic region. Nice day, despite with lighter winds, variable winds as the high moves offshore and temperatures rising. They're already rising through the upper teens and mid to low 20s, and they'll probably get above freezing during this afternoon in many locations. Out to the west with the return flow from the south-southwest or south-southeast now, a warm front and a little spoke of energy here with an upper level disturbance that will be moving through our region with a warm air advection, maybe some light rain or light snow showers around the region tomorrow morning. And then we wait for this system here and this disturbance here to move in our direction for the weekend with moderate to heavy rain on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. NamWRF composite reflectivity forecast going into the future. High pressure over the region today. Here is our warm air advection breaking out with some spokes of light rain or snow scattered across the region early tomorrow morning, right after midnight, early tomorrow morning. Some of these areas here in northwestern Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania, central and southern New Jersey might get in on that. A little bit of the moisture on southeast winds here by Friday afternoon. That disturbance moves off the coast. Probably less than a quarter of an inch and even a tenth of an inch of precipitation, maybe even less than an inch of snow in any of these snow showers that move across the region during tomorrow. Now the winds become south, and that's where the moisture increases from off the Atlantic. And by Saturday morning, we're finding rain breaking out here across the New Jersey, Philadelphia metro area. Strong disturbance here with low pressure heading up towards the St. Lawrence River Valley, up through the Great Lakes, and a strong cold front moving through. The two areas will combine with moisture convergence over the region, and that means moderate to heavy rain breaking out across the region on Sunday morning, with the heaviest rain and showers approaching with this squall line and cold front moving through the region during Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. That's when the rain could really be coming down heavy. We have to watch for any ice jams and as a result of this, because that could cause some flooding concerns as well, with approximately 1 to 2 inches of rain. And most regions will average over an inch and a third of rain during the afternoon and evening hours on Saturday, so this could pose a flooding concern with the continual warming of the atmosphere into the 40s and 50s and the continual melting of the ice and snow in place now. GFS forecast into motion. High pressure over the region today. Here's our little disturbance here, and a moisture increasing from off and around the high pressure ridge. Southeasterly winds, low level moisture coming in through the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley. Some of that moisture gets in here tomorrow morning, and depending on the temperature profile, some light rain or some light snow showers break out across the region. Moisture increases during the day on Friday, and that disturbance moves off the coast, but we've got more moisture coming in from off of the Atlantic here, and also the deep storm system and the low pressure area developing across the Central Plains, running up towards the Great Lakes region during the day on Saturday. These two areas will combine, and moderate to heavy rain will break out across the region during Saturday morning. The main and heaviest and hardest precipitation will be falling Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. 1 to 2 inches of rain over snowpack and melting ice and snow will cause some flooding concerns. That trough goes negatively tilted as a deep area of low pressure south of Hudson's Bay, Canada, moves into southeastern Canada and towards Greenland here. And then heights begin to fall again through the Central Plains as the pattern begins to reload. High pressure and heights building across the western Pacific or eastern Pacific into northwestern territories here south of the Aleutian Islands. We've got a big change in our weather pattern again. This is a weather reload, and we're going to go back into the tank again after relatively benign pattern over the weekend, minus the rain that's coming on Saturday. And we're really going to get things rocking and rolling here again by the middle to the later part of next week. And we'll get into that in a special long-range weather discussion video discussion later this afternoon. So that's it for the daily video forecast discussion part 1, just the near term and short term forecast. We're going to do a special broadcast discussion on the pattern evolution going forward over the next couple of weeks in part 2 video during this afternoon. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a good Thursday. Happy birthday, Samantha. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. And we'll be back during this afternoon with another updated forecast video discussion on the long term.